All right, so I'm referring to this slide because it's just trying to reiterate the fact that you're not trying to draw out all the details. You want sort of a happy medium between too detailed and not detailed enough. You want just that right amount. So what is just that right amount? Well, it's going to be different for everybody. Basically, you want it to look like, okay, this is a cliff. Rocky cliff. You want it to look like a rocky cliff, not just some big blob shape, but you don't need to go in and trace every single little detail. So it becomes this, and then let's say the group called front rocks or rock cliff. Now, with that add to selection, when you're tracing with the polygonal lasso tool, if you follow my cursor, right, there's a selection, click. We're going to do these little dark brown shapes here. Click, click. So I've got a selection. And then I fill it, Shift F5, that's on one layer, and then you make another layer and you make the other selections to fill in all these shapes. You're going to see what this looks like here in a second. So obviously I added a pretty good amount of detail to the house here, quite a bit of detail up here, but not very much detail in the boats. And look at the clouds, how they become these very simple geometric shapes that almost look cartoon-like in a way. So in other words, in summary, some areas are a little more detailed than others. That's one way of going about it. This one here, you can see not a whole lot of detail in the person here. Like look at the balcony. It's just the balcony railing here is just basically rectangles overlapping each other. So, and this one is very minimum detail in this one, especially the boats here. All right, so let's see how this plays out in Photoshop with the student's work here. So I've got all these groups, and now I'm ready to go in group by group and start adding new layers. So keep in mind, every time you do a shape trace, you want to do it on a blank layer. Let's see if Photoshop can freeze on me here. Nope, you gonna work? All right. So layer one, that's not really good that I'm calling it layer one, because for this project, you're gonna be surprised how many layers you have. You're gonna have tons of layers. So you want to start titling your layers, definitely, actually. So there's basic shape. I'm just going to call this Windows. Grab the polygonal lasso. Okay, a lot of details in there. So this is where you have to kind of shut off your brain. You know, your brain is going to tell you, oh, there's a shape and I got to trace it, and there's this, and what's that? I've got to trace around it, and I've got to make this look exactly like the picture because that's what art is. No. No. That's exactly the wrong way to do it. So just watch. Oops. So that add to selection is right up here. So that second box there will allow you to make multiple selections. I'm going to be able to select all these windows. I do like that round mirror. I'll probably do that on a separate layer on top, but for now I'm just going to go around it. You know, I'll probably end up doing more layers on the van than other parts, like the building. I'll probably do less in the van. Maybe I want a little more detail in the van. That's fine. You just don't want to, you don't want to try to work it out like it's a puzzle, like, oh, there's a shape, I have to fill it, you know. Like, what's this right here? I'm going to zoom in and trace that and make it all perfect. And that's curved, so I have to go around curve. No. It's not the project. All right, backing out here. Grab the eyedropper eye. Really doesn't matter what color you choose. I'll choose pink. How about that? Pink. Pink windows, Mr. Cook? That's not allowed. That's not reality. Shift the F5 key. Foreground color. Whoa. Wow. Blending modes. I'm not liking the way this is blending. Why are my color options so limited? Which brings us to the next part of this demonstration. Well, here we go. I'm going to put the windows back on normal. I'm not going to play around with the blending because something is off here. I'm going to close this vintage van group, and I'm going to turn this on. I want to move the van group to the very top of my group stacking. Just like you move layers around, you can move groups around. And this is where you want to be careful not to put a group inside of a group. So as you move it, you need to do it very gently. Gentle. Gentle. How about I drop it between left posts and left building? So you have to kind of hover right in the middle. And when you release, make sure you can still read it. Uh-oh. Did it go inside? Let me see. Open it up. Nope. Still free. Still free and still free. Now watch. Wow, look at my van now. You realize it was buried under so much, it was buried under other layers that had colors on them, and that's why now it's going to be much better. You know what? I can actually start with the basic shape. Why don't I change the blending mode and the basic shape? Because that's going to be different now too. You can change. That's why it's the advantage of doing things on separate layers is that you can always go back and edit. If you don't like a color, change the blending mode. Refill the color with another color and change the blending mode. You can always move stuff around. If you do too much in the same layer, obviously you're limited as to what you can change. So I'm just going to run through these again. It's a little too... The super white and the super black and super dark, those colors are going to be hard to see through. So like that, like no, no, that's too dark. All right, I'm not liking green. How do I change the color? Hover my cursor inside of the layer thumbnail. This is the layer. This is the layer thumbnail. Control left click inside of the thumbnail. Click. Suddenly it's selected. I for eyedropper. I'm going to try one of these blues. Click. Shift F5. That's going to change everything. I'm going to reblend here on that van and see what I can get. You know what? Fine. No, that's too bright. No, I like it. My other voices are talking to me again. Okay, here we go. Don't tell the kids. Doesn't look like a van yet. That's okay. It will. It doesn't yet. I don't know how many details I want to add to this, but I'm going to press enter and leave that right there. And I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to think about another detail. What do I want to do now? I think I will do... check this out. I'm going to do this whole chrome bumper plus the wheels. Okay, here we go. I apologize. This demonstration is going to be kind of long. So just sit back and relax. I'm selecting fast because I want to shorten this video. I think I'd probably go a little bit slower. I wasn't recording a screencast right now. Maybe I'll do the rest on another layer. I'm gonna back out. That's just that's a lot right there. How am I gonna do this? Okay, I'll go here. I'm gonna go around here. And then I'm gonna show you the subtraction method where you take the lasso and you subtract out areas. I think that's in a previous video, but I'm gonna show you again in this one because you're gonna use it a lot. All right. So I'm back where I started. Now I'm gonna go to this third box, subtract from selection. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to subtract out this area. Yeah, okay, good. I'm going to subtract out this area. And this one. What did I do there? I messed up. That's okay. There's really no mistakes. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. But this could be a mistake. I don't know. Eyedropper. Ooh, brown. Shift F5, and you're going to see it's going to start to look like a vehicle. How about that? Okay, blending mode. Choose a blending mode that you can see through. Did you see what I just did? What did I just do? What did I do? I put it on the same layer as the windows. That wasn't smart. I'm going to back up, make a new layer. I'm just going to call it Chrome. Shift and the F5 key. Let's try that again. Whew, scary. I don't really like any of those. I would probably change my color, but I'm not going to do that in this video because that's just going to take too long. So I'm going to leave it right there. What else can I show you? I can show you a lot. I can sit here and do the project, but I don't want to do that in this video. I just want to make my point. Front right building. I think I want to erase this. This part is very important. I want to erase the front right building shape outside of where it overlaps into the van. Okay, you see that? This front right building, this basic shape, it overlaps the van. Well, actually, the van overlaps this one. I want to take it out, so watch carefully. I'm going to go to the van layer, and I'm going to control-click the basic shape. Now you know why we made those basic shapes. Control-click. All right, and I'm going to go to the basic shape layer and press backspace. And anywhere inside of this selection, it's going to delete. So watch what happens to this front right building basic shape. There we go. Now it's not in the van. It's only on the building. You don't have to do that. You can let things overlap. But I don't know. I kind of just wanted to take it out. Another thing you can do is go to the, now, don't fill any details on the crystallized layer. But what you can do is change some crystal pieces. So watch this. I'm going to zoom in. I don't like this black piece right here on the crystallized layer. So I'm going to press the magic wand. The tolerance, I would say, should be no greater than 10. So I go up to tolerance and change it lower. Go to the magic wand. And watch this. I'm going to change this black crystal piece on the crystallized layer. I'm going to click. And look, it only selected the black piece. Press I. I'm going to choose another one. How about this one right here? Click, Shift F5. Normally Shift F5 would fill, but something else just happened. Okay. Edit, fill. Okay. No longer black. I think I'll leave that one. And, you know, you don't have to do this. I mean, this is something you can do later on. You don't have to start going in and doing this now. But if while you're working through your shapes, you find that one of the crystal pieces is really bothering you, the color, you can go and change it. Now, very important. Don't fill shapes on the crystallized layer. You can just change crystal pieces if you need to. So I would lock it. It should have been locked anyway. I would unlock it when you want to change a crystal piece and then relock it. I'm going to do one more detail, and then I'm going to close out this video. Now, how many details, how many layers do you think I'll have in this van before it starts looking like a van. I definitely need more, right? So I'm going to turn this on. I would definitely need the kayaks. I might do something with the roof rack. I'd probably do the VW logo just because it's, it's got that vintage look, that trademark logo. I think it helps give it its look. So I would do that. I'll do this mirror. Let me think. So it could be, there's 3 now. There could be like 4 or 5 more layers in there, maybe 7 more layers before I close that group out and call it quits. How many details do you want to add to the building? Well, the worst thing to do is go in and try to do all of these. You want to do just enough that we can tell, oh, yeah, there's some really cool looking buildings there. Maybe some really interesting shapes like this lamp, the lamps here, the balcony, the railings, windows, things like that. But trying to go in and doing all these little spiral iron, spindles, I don't know what they're called. That's going to take you about 20 years, and that's just too much detail. So you don't want to do that. I think I'll do a few more details to this this girl here. Did I even do a basic shape? Yes, I did. So I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to do the purse and the hair. I'll do hair first, and then purse, and then close out. And you're going to see something very important also in this demonstration because there's a few tricks I need to show you. Polygon lasso. You don't have to do the hair like I'm doing mine. If you want her hair to look more beautiful and flowing and curvy, I mean, you can always switch to the other lasso tool, that first one that you have to actually draw with. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to use the polygon lasso and sort of go around here. Like that shape. Click. Click. I'm going to add this one actually as well. Oh, shoot. Do you guys see what? Look at this. What tool am I on right now? Oh, brother, is this even going to work? No, I think I have to redo it. I'll do it with the free hand so it goes faster. Here we go. Ooh, that's nice and wavy. Ooh, this is much better. Much better if you have a pen tablet, actually, for the freehand lasso, because then you can actually draw. I should have told you guys. You are welcome to use the tablets. In fact, you never have to touch a computer mouse again in this class. You don't want to. They're here for you to use. Blink. And I'm going to subtract out this part because I want that to look cool. So I'm going to subtract this. Very nice. All right. And eyedropper. And Shift F5 and fill. And deselect and hair. All right. So something I don't like here. I don't like how the basic shape, you can still see it. See that like white or that light blue around there? I don't like that. So watch what I'm about to do. This is super important. This is going to help you with your project. So control click the hair. And erase with your eraser tool the basic shape outside of the hair. But to do that, you have to invert the selection. This is kind of weird, right? If I want to erase this, which is outside of the selection, first I need to go to the layer for basic shape. It's a floating head. I'm going to press E for the eraser. Make sure you're on the eraser. Opacity should be 100. Solid brush, hard round. Left bracket key, just like the brush. All right. It's not erasing, right? Because I'm inside of the selection. So select inverse. Now watch. Ah, yes. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Deselect. Oh, one more little piece right there. Deselect. Now that is nice. Now what is wrong with this hair layer? Oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh, what did I do? Okay, just pretend that didn't happen. All right, this is gonna look really weird when I blend this. Man, your teacher's making a lot of mistakes. All right, what's wrong with this hair layer? You've got to tell me. You guys have got to know what I did wrong with this. I'm breaking the project rules right now. What do I need to do? Say it louder. Oh, maybe. I like your thinking. Your brain's working good. But what did I say every layer has to have on it? Or, thank you. Thank you, sir. Aaron, good job. So, opacity reduction or a blending mode. You have to be able to see through. I told you that's going to look really bad. Can't see through that, can you? And yes, Renee said something, very valuable, which is the color's too close to the one behind it. So if you want the hair to stand out, you're not going to, man, that looks awful. You're not going to choose blue. I would probably just go back and control click the layer, get it off of blue, because that's just not going to work. You can't choose bright green for hair. Yes, I can. I just did. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm having a problem this morning, okay? There. I'm going to take the opacity down too. There. And just pretend that blob isn't there. That's a lot of detail for hair. I shouldn't have done that much detail. It looks weird. Honestly, it does. I should go. I'm going to, not in this video, but I am going to delete that and redo the hair because that looks terrible. Probably not very, maybe only a couple more layers or one more layer for the person. And then you're just going to kind of open up these groups and start adding layers. Remember, you can move groups around. You can delete shapes. So watch this. You know what? That's enough. That's good. I'll do one more demonstration later on. Thank you.